Hey guys, how's it going? Okay, this is take two. And because, YouTube doesn't have that pause button, I can just go meet dinner at the door and then put it down and come right back at a restart. Because I suck at editing. We're going to fix that one day, perhaps. So, let's get into it again. This is going to be about 15-ish jobs about work at home that you can do for companies that are hiring right now. I'll give you the goods, the bad, and ugly. I won't really list anything ugly on my list. While I was doing my research, I did hear people talk about jobs that either maybe weren't the best experience that I've had, so I don't even list those on my list. I've worked at a lot of different work-at-home companies. I think I'm not necessarily expert, but I do have a great bit of knowledge about them. And so first and foremost, when you're always research a job, any job that I list on my list here and talk about, go ahead and pull up the computer requirements first and foremost. Also, go ahead and pull up your phone requirements. Some may still require a landline. Some may still be okay with the voice over IP. Magic Jack, as you guys probably know, if anybody's ever used it, it sucks. It's horrible. Sorry, Magic Jack, but it is. Make a better product, and I probably wouldn't say you guys are horrible. I might need a review on that, but it's such an old company, so who really cares? So anyway, and that's one thing about me too. If I don't like a company, Lord knows you guys already know, if I don't, let's see, if they're not a good company, if they don't have a good product, I'm not endorsing them any way, shape, and form. None of this is sponsored video by any of these companies. I don't do any sponsor videos. Wouldn't have a clue how to be sponsored yet. As soon as I figure it out, I'll share it with you guys as well. I like to share my information I learn. And let's get going on it. Wayfair, I know I've talked about them before, and I'll talk about them again because they are a great, wonderful company. They have great products, great customer service. If any of you guys have ever called them about anything, they are very polite and sweet and nice and very, very helpful. And they are usually hiring for customer service reps. They start at about $14 an hour. Of course, that's going to depend upon, I believe, your state. That's another thing. Check to make sure that your state's not on a lot of companies will have a long list of states they hire from. And then some companies, like I used to do customer service work for Hyatt, and they may actually be hiring again. I don't know. But this list is one that I know about that is currently hiring for the most part, unless they've changed it. And so always research your information. Don't go by just about what I say and do. And never, ever, ever just Google work at home jobs, because if you do, that's where you run into the scams. If you have a job that's questionable about it and you want to send me an email, I do have the Unpopular Mom at theunpopularmom.com. If you guys want to ask me about anything, or leave a comment down below. And then I'm hoping that had a low battery there. Hoping that my blog will be up and running, I'd say possibly 2 weeks time frame. Not sure, it just depends upon how all the tweaking of everything goes. So if you go there right now, it's still under construction. That's why in the tag it says the Unpopular Mom under construction. And so Wayfair, of course, and then Sykes. I used to work at Sykes. Sykes and I kind of had a love-hate relationship because they had a cell phone company, and their programs were dinosaurs to work for. They may have gotten better. They did have great, wonderful training, however. And then if you got stuck, they had a program to where they could actually pull you into a room and actually show you how to get the answer that you needed and what you need to do for that customer. And you can it's kind of like nesting for a work-at-home company, if you're familiar with that term. So it's like an extension-owned training, and then that would be like a one-on-one coach thing. You could raise your hand in a chat room and say, hey, yeah, I have a question, I'm stuck. And then they would pull you into a chat room, have a one-on-one conversation, and then show you what you need to do for that client. So that was really good, or customer. And then Lionbridge hires for ads evaluators and testing and other things. I did that for a little bit, but with a different company. I can't remember the name of it. But Lionbridge pays monthly unless they have changed that. So I really didn't like that about Lionbridge, and I never even applied because of that, because y'all, I need money more than once a month. And so that's a lowdown from what I know from Lionbridge. If I can remember or find the company of the one that was similar to it, I will let you know, because that was a good company. They will sometimes have projects, and the projects may run for a month or two, which was the deal with the company that I worked for. There's another company that I've heard is hiring for virtual assistants, Fancy Hands. I did apply for there, but I didn't get too much further than that. I didn't technically have any virtual assistant job skills. One, I won't say job skills, experience at that point in time, because that was about 8 years ago, I think. And so anyway, I didn't have any experience as a virtual assistant. They wouldn't let me pass the application phase, so I know nothing about them. So once again, do some research, see how that goes. I've also heard that they also hire for not necessarily projects, they might, but tasks. Sometimes tasks don't pay what they're actually worth, or the time frame that it actually takes you to do the task, from what I could find. And then to have to prove that you did the task. I mean, come on. That's a lot of time wasted, I think. But if you need it, go look at it, research it, see what you think. And then there's a company, Broadpath Healthcare Solutions. This is one that I've never worked for. I was offered I was offered to interview for the position. And because I do have a health insurance license, I'm not sure if you have to have one to get started with that company or not. So check them out and see if that's something that you're interested in. I did some research on it, couldn't really find anything bad about the company, so that's good. And then let's see here. Of course, my 3 favorite companies work from home. I will try to put the link up above, but we know how I am about putting it up above there. And so I pretty much have to see what time it is, see if I remember the time, and then at the end, when I'm tweaking my video, I will link it up above. And so my 3 favorites: Arise, LiveOps. I worked there for a long time. It is possible to make a good bit of money. You can potentially make $2,000 or more in a pay period, which it was twice a month. And so LiveOps used to hire for the licensed life insurance. And so those lines were very profitable. I didn't really ever get on with them. Didn't have the life insurance license at the time. And so I really don't know how they do all that. I know that they do have several different companies that they do hire from pizza delivery to just the ads that you see on TV. Anytime that you see the telemarketing ads, that is usually the base company that you get in with LiveOps, and then you can move up to more specified. They did have insurance first notice of loss line that was really good. That one paid, but still, it was like 25 cents a minute. Sorry guys, allergies are horrible. And then the calls lasted about 15 minutes, so that's right about, I think it wound up being like 15 plus an hour. So that was, I think, pretty decent money for what you were doing. Somebody has a car wreck, it could be just a simple vendor bender, or it could be a bang 'em up. Usually, if it was anything worse than that, you were able to transfer to a different department. But it was a lot of information to learn. And then Working Solutions, I worked out for a little bit. Love Working Solutions. They wanted to put me on a shift I couldn't do, so I left, and it didn't go well after that. Of course, I could never get back on with Working Solutions. And then there are 2 companies I haven't worked for, but I know some people that have. They liked it okay. Of course, there's always going to be ups and downs for any company that you work for, even being working from home. And you guys, the only difference about work from home, I won't say the only, sorry, trying to lose my voice today. Been on the phones quite a bit at work and then talking after work. Conduit and concentrics. I know people that did work concentrics. I've heard about people that worked at Conduit. There used to be a forum. I'm going to try to kind of implement a little bit of this on my blog because that forum is no longer in existence and she won't release the name. I might possibly buy it from her. She'd release it. But it was a great, wonderful forum. I liked it a whole lot. And then American Express is almost always hiring customer service. I think it's usually in the billing department. And then Apple is almost always hiring for sales. When you go and look at the Apple website, you have to go down to the bottom for jobs. Then you have to look for somewhere near your area. It doesn't have to be in your exact area, though. And I forget the exact name and term. It's been so long since I've been there, and I don't really have this computer is so slow compared to my new computer. I still need to do an unboxing and comparison because I gave our son the gaming laptop, and then I had the Legion, which I love. And so it's supposed to be good for video editing, which is really weird because I suck at video editing. And I still suck at video editing. But I have my handy dandy mini Mac computer that I actually got from Arise and never asked for it back. And when I worked for Apple, and so I still have it sitting here. It's plugged up. I've got to. I want to test out one of the other programs I can't remember the name of for video editing. It's not iMovie. I tried that one. It might be better on my bigger monitor. Don't know. And that is it. I just want to make sure nothing was at the end of my list. That was it for the companies that are hiring. I like to do these about once a week or sometimes about one video about companies hiring every 1 to 2 weeks approximately. I think you guys like these a lot. I know it can help a lot of people, and that's what I try to do. And so if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments, and we will see you guys the next time. Thank you, and let me know what kind of videos you would like to see in the future. I know some people have mentioned it, mentioned a few things, and when I get to finishing up my blog, I'm definitely going to do like a step-by-step part and let you guys see that. So I will see you guys later. Have a great night. Make it a great weekend. Well, it's not a weekend yet. Today's only Wednesday. Make it a great weekday until the weekend. You tell I like my weekends. Definitely do. And stay safe. Wash your hands. Keep 6 feet apart. Corona is still out there. It's still rampant. Some states are actually closing quarantine again. I heard that New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and hopefully y'all can not necessarily keep it up there, but don't let it spread. Wash your hands. See you next time. Bye, guys.